Greetings. My name is Dr. Willie Brooks, Sr., your host, and this is Community Focus. We're very happy to have our returning guest, a regular on our show, Willie Brooks, a community activist, and he's also an elder at Christian Faith Fellowship Church in Zion, Illinois. Good morning, Brother Willie.
Good morning, Mr. Brooks. Glad to be back. I thought maybe I hurt somebody last time I talked.
No, but now my ratings went up since you you left.
Well, I'm back talking then.
Okay, but for some of the listeners, and our listening audience is this is 102.3 and 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how many people up this early, but I understand there's quite a big audience, listen to the show. But for those that haven't heard you, tell us about Brother Willie. Who is Brother Willie?
Brother Willie is elder at Christian Faith Fellowship Church, a community activist. I believe that I speak out on different issues and go to different leaders and confront them on things that I think matters to the community. I do other things in the community and try to be active with my ears and with my mouth in the community.
Well, tell us about your very active prayer. Plays a great part in your life too. I noticed that you're up at 6 o'clock every morning at Shiloh Baptist Church in Waukegan.
Yeah, we as a group of us pray every morning at Shiloh 5 days a week. But we have seen miracles and we've seen people healed. We've seen right now, as a young lady been praying with me with a kidney, going to dialysis every day. We believe God was going to heal her. Now she just got a kidney. We believe the man came in there 7 years ago, needed heart. His heart was failing him. He had a heart transplant. We seen a man with cancer, and cancer had been dried up, and now he's cancer-free. So I'm not just going to church in the morning. I believe God, with some other believers, God's going to do what he said he's going to do.
A great leader, Pastor Wallstone E. Francis, pastor of the
he meets every morning, and most mornings.
Yeah. Well, tell us about you and your wife are elders.
Yeah, my wife also elders. Our ministry is bringing people together and reaching out to the lost. Our ministry with inside of ministry is going and setting people free. People that have been bound by drugs, alcohol, or just wanting to give up. And so my ministry is more of an encouraging ministry. Try to encourage people that God didn't forget them. He haven't left them. He's on the throne. And it's a purpose in them that God hasn't produced that they don't see yet. And we go inside of them and bring out the purpose of the people that we come in contact.
We're interested in peace in the world. When will there be peace in the world?
Peace, he said, I didn't come for peace. I didn't come. Peace will never happen. The complete peace is when we die. Okay,
now why won't we have peace? God created the heaven and the earth, right? Mm-hmm. And when he placed man here, man was a perfect, right? And he gave man a choice of how he wants to live. He also, when he completed the waters and the earth and so forth, and named all the animals and so forth, then he put man to sleep, and he took a rib from him, and he made woman. Was man complete at that time?
Yeah, he made, and then after he made that, he said it is good. Mm-hmm. After he said it's good, we good. It's in us. We just lose our earth mind and never tap into our spiritual. God is spirit. We still want everything. We want everything to come into our mentality or our theology, and God is spirit.
That's a great point you made, and I think that's the reason that we have you as a consultant periodically on the show, because people think they try to accumulate all the carnal things in life, but that's not what it's all about. You're going to leave the things that you accumulate on this earth. When you leave here, they will leave with you. But the things that you do for others remain as your legacy.
Well, we came naked. We came, man, with just a spirit.
Okay.
And he gave us a body to walk around in. Okay. And so we keep going to our earth mind. We don't go to our spiritual mind. We never tap into who we really called to be. He said he foreknew me. He foreknew me before I was in my mother's womb. Mm-hmm. And he put something in me to come out of me at a certain time. Jesus was just a carpenter. And then at certain time, Jesus he came out of a voice out of time to let Jesus know it is time to be who I call you to be. We stopped with just what we want to be. I'm just a labor at the job. Who are you for real? Who you called to be? Mm-hmm. There's a purpose in you called to do on earth. He didn't send us in the earth just to be in the earth. Okay. He sent us in the earth from out of time into time to change something in time. He knew time was going to be messed up right now, but he sent me at a certain time. I had to come out of my drug addiction, come out of my womanizer, come out of who I was to be what he called me to be in time. That's why I'm sitting here in the radio station, because it's in time that I come out and reach the people in time.
Nothing is by accident, right?
Nothing. We had purpose. He said it is good. Then in Jeremiah, he said, I foreknew you. In Romans, he said, I predestined you. I already knew you. I knew you. I foreknew you. I knew you. It's something he knew, and he said, when he made man, he wrapped us in flesh. After he wrapped us in flesh, he said, it's something I put out of you, but it's hidden, so I have to go inside of me to bring out of me what was already in me.
Man cannot comprehend, because every billions of people on this earth, every toe is different. Every hair is different.
But everybody's not chosen. Everybody's not chosen. Because in the Old Testament, he kill them all. Kill everybody in the family. Kill them all. Get that whole, everybody that was born. I want everybody out of here. I don't even want, I want the dog, the cat, anything that's over in that family. Kill them. Well, some of us chosen. I was chosen to be at this radio station this morning.
Okay.
I was chosen before time. Because he put something in me need to come out that the world must hear.
Okay.
You was chosen to hear this radio. No matter where you came from, at a certain time, you was chosen. It's rims. He said, I pick the leaders. You don't pick the leaders. I pick the leaders who govern you. Mm-hmm. So at a certain time that you had, the radio wasn't even, when you was come up, that's all we had was radio. We didn't have a TV. We didn't have nothing. But now you was chosen to be at a radio station, to be on radio in the 21st century.
Okay.
It was predestined.
Okay. Now, you notice that he knew we all would have different goals. Right? He made some pastors, some prophets, some apostles. Those are the one that walk with God, with Christ. Evangelists, and there's women that want to be pastors, but he said, hey, evangelism for them. And also teachers. So he gave us all a job to do, right?
Well, they're supposed to build us. But what we call to do. See, them, what you just named there, the fivefold ministry, they call to build us. Okay. To build us up so that we will see what's in us. Some of us are born to be CEOs of companies.
Okay.
Some of us are born to be electricians. Okay. Some are born to run the internet. We're born for that. So they build us up from within us to the potential that was already in us. Okay. Come out of us for such a time as now.
Now, what's the purpose of Satan?
Satan is that's the evil one. He's our adversary. He don't want us to get the purpose. He don't want us to get the purpose.
Okay.
The force of the adversary don't want us to reach purpose.
But power. What's the purpose of having the power and you're going naked? You're born and naked. You're going to leave.
We go back to Eve. Eve knew what God had told him.
Okay.
They didn't. Eve was letting him in the ear. So you had to watch who in your ear.
Okay.
He sneaked up on Eve. He came straight at her. And she was looking at him because, this is Halloween season. Everybody wear a mask. So people come up on you looking like a Christian, talking like a Christian. He said, you'll know them by their spirit. Because she didn't pay attention to the spirit. She just heard something in her ear.
So the serpent or Satan knew he could not tackle Adam, right?
Well, he didn't come at Adam. His job wasn't to come at Adam. It's to come at who close to you.
Okay.
So to get you off step.
Okay. Me
and you going down the road, and a car cuts us off, and then we get a detour. We still headed to Memphis. We on our way to Memphis, detour. Okay. He just wanted to detour you. Then you'll forget how to get back to the road because you'll get so caught up on that, what you saw on the detour. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You need to remember what he told you from jump. We going to Memphis, but you want to stop off in East St. Louis because you had the detour there. And now you never go to Memphis because you stand on the detour.
All we have to do, it appears to be simple, but it's a tough job. Fear God and keep his commandments. Now, man knows how to fear God, right? God did so much in his life before he even made Eve, right? But fear God and keep his commandments. Why is that such a difficult job?
Most of us don't even know about God.
Okay.
We know how to read about God.
Okay.
We know how to read about Jesus. But you got to have a personal relationship with something you feel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you're in the army, you heard about, we grew up in the communist age. We heard about the communists. But when you get in the military, they teach you about who a communist really is behind what you heard before you got in the service.
Okay.
So first you got to know who he is, and he's spirit. You know, I mean, the finest woman in the world come up on you right now. You got to know to resist the devil and love Miss Brooks.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna. You doing a radio show, you doing a TV show, but the devil gonna send something that you like. He ain't gonna send nothing that you dislike. He ain't gonna send nothing. I don't like greens. Well, he ain't gonna send no greens to me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna send something that catches the eye, the lust of the eye, the lust of the eye. What catches and throws off detour.
God loved his creation, but you know, the creator was killed by his own creation, right? Jesus was killed by the ones he created.
He didn't kill. He said, "I lay my life down." He laid his life.
He allowed himself to be there.
Everybody had a part to play. Everybody hate Judas, but Judas had a part to play.
Okay.
If Judas don't play this part, then Jesus, by being resurrected, by him coming back after the third day, it all because Judas had to play his part. He had to get Jesus up. Jesus had to be crucified. The blood had to come, and then Jesus had to die so he could be raised again.
Because this was revealed in the Old Testament that this would happen in the New Testament, right?
Everybody had a part to play. And stay in our lane and play our part.
Good point. Even in the church building, everyone has a part to play.
They have a part to play.
We have so many. The deacons want to be the pastor, and the members.
Where's that biblical? Where's that? Show me in the Bible where the deacons is the pastor. The deacon run the church. I know we got that religious thing where deacons run the church. The deacon a drunk. Deacon a homemonger. But the deacon run something. Deacon living in flush. Deacon ain't heard from God in 50 years. But he telling us out of a carnal mind what should be going on in the church. The pastor should be the one that hear from God. Then he go to his leaders and tell them what God told them, and that's what it should be.
We all hear from God, though?
We all hear from God. But we ain't hear from God to run the whole church.
Okay.
I hear from God to run my house and do what I'm told to do. You just talking about stay in my lane. My lane ain't to run the church. This thing's going on in the church I don't need. I don't need to know.
Now, you said the church. Now,
I'm talking about the church building.
The
organized religion church.
Okay.
I am the church.
Okay. But we have so many pastors emphasize one try to outdo the other one, want to build a bigger church, a mega church.
Well, when Jesus came and talk about them rascals like I don't know what. Hey, man, this ain't even my daddy. What y'all on? Y'all on more stuff than I could even know. Jesus was in the synagogue.
Okay.
Jeez. But he talked about the people running with the long robes in the synagogue. Jesus. Man, this ain't even my daddy. Y'all worshiping someone. Now they looking at him crazy. Who is you? Martin Luther King came to change a whole generation of people.
Okay.
The church, the building of the church, people. Man, this fool crazy. And you know what? He gonna get us all messed up and get us all killed if he keep talking like that. It takes something to hear from God. Jesus said, they hated me, they gonna hate you. They gonna hate you. Everybody gonna love you when you hear from God. And you know people gonna fall away. In these last days, they gonna fall away from hard doctrine.
Okay.
So we seeing a great fall in the way, especially in the Afro-American church. Because Afro-American pastors around here got caught up in the big rings and the big cars and in the prosperity movement.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there. You say nobody listen to us, no way. So I'm going there. Yeah, they got caught up in that, and they forgot about the people. So they turned to government to help the people, and they all took the spoils for themselves.
Wow.
They took the spoils, all of them riding Bentleys and Mercedes and all that, and maybe they should have. But then you got to take then you got to go sit down and beg. See, my people shouldn't be begging for bread.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go beg the government for a program. When you had enough money to initiate the program, but you ain't doing the program because you want to ride around and show everybody I'm the pastor with 20 members.
Okay.
So most 40% of the churches in Chicagoland is in foreclosure. In the Chicago area, and most of them are black churches because they get that one-man vision about I'm going to outbuild you, and they had no vision and provision to sustain.
What about grace and mercy? Those are two brothers and sisters, grace and mercy. Yeah. Tell us about grace and mercy.
Yeah.
Because we think we doing anything on our own.
We only living under grace.
Okay.
I'm probably sin now on some kind of level, but grace. You know what I'm saying? They give me a grace. Under that, we living under grace. But we done got so carnal, we take grace like it's another word. Okay. Every word we read now in the Bible, we take it like another. We got to go back to being spiritual people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I heard Martin Luther King's daughter was speaking the other day. She said Martin Luther King was spiritual. Now we all want to be politicians. He wasn't political. He was spiritual.
Right.
Now we don't have spiritual leaders anymore. We all want to control people. That's just my own theology. And when he told us we had dominion, he never mentioned nobody had dominion over me.
Mm-hmm.
We always want to be controlling somebody in our community.
Yeah.
I mean, we always want, and none of us own nothing. We don't own nothing.
Okay.
I'm telling you now, 40% of the church is in foreclosure. So that means you didn't even think about owning your church, debt free.
Right.
Now, a system on your church.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And all the people getting old in this community around here, so a lot of people overthought, didn't have the mindset of what's going to happen. The demographics didn't change. Now it's got the Armenians people was here in Waukegan before we was. Mm-hmm. Then we took over the Armenian churches, and pretty soon the Spanish people will be taking over our churches, our synagogues, because we no longer we no longer majority of the minorities. And the majority of minorities need space. That's real. We're talking about Lake County.
Okay. You know, the news has brought our attention many times, even this year, about guns. It seems people want to kill each other. Why do people want to kill each other?
If you watch most movies that really sell, it's killing.
Okay.
I grew up with cowboys and Indians. We was killing.
Okay.
The gun is nothing wrong. The gun is what's wrong is the mindset of the people.
Okay.
It's all movies that really sell is somebody killing.
Okay.
Your major movies is somebody killing somebody. They even kill the movies have you killing police. So what?
Yeah.
These kids now have no foundation of the word and have no parent raising, so they sit and watch all these games. They got these games where they make the game so real of killing everybody, so they can't switch their mind from a game in the house to reality. Mm-hmm. You're talking about young minds. These games they play, most of them are killing, and they make it seem so real that they get a joy out sitting in a room, lock themselves in their room, and just play this game all day long.
Okay.
So when you walk out of the room, you don't know reality.
Okay.
You have no friends. Everybody's just sitting alone, playing, killing, and murdering game. Then we wonder, what happened to this generation? Because the generation was already condemned its own self when we locked our kid in the room. He in the house playing this game. Who was back in the room playing this game? You don't even know him. He don't come out to eat. He don't know. He can't have a communication with you when nobody can talk to you. So who is this person that's in my house playing games all day, using their thumb and their mind? They murdering him. And he come out the room and he don't know who you is. Who fed him? Who paying the light bill? Who buying shoes? Because he stay in the room he isolate himself with the game.
What we should be doing as family then is having more Bible study, more retreats, where we get together, Sunday school, whatever happened to Sunday school and taking the kids to Sunday school. And
we live in a technical generation. Everything is personal. You ride the train. I rode the train down in Chicago a few weeks ago, and nobody knew I was on the train. But they all had gadgets in their hand and thumb in their ear.
Oh, okay.
So it's personal ride. Everybody never look up. They either hidden, they Facebook, they emailed, or they plan, or they doing researching, or something on their phone. And they got something in their ear, so they're distracted about everything around them. So how do you get a distracted generation you brought up distracted and bring them in a setting of one man teaching? It's gonna be hard because these kids came out of the womb with gadgets, with computers and private computers and telephone with computers in. My 5-year-old grandkids, they got a computer in their hand or a phone. They know how to grab their mother's phone and go to the game they want to see and game they want to watch. So our teaching ability, we trying to teach a generation that's technology advanced. We're trying to teach them an old grandma, using a grandma mentality. I just read yesterday where they closed 50 schools in Chicago.
Okay.
Now they want to take millions of dollars in Chicago and open up 3 technical schools in different neighborhoods. So they're going to teach them in the 21st century. The old school had to go. So the new school is going to be a technology school.
Okay.
They just open up a technology library. Everything is going to be on computers in the library. Both of these things just happened this week. So we can't be stuck on what did happen. We got to even talk about what's happening today as we talk right here this morning. Things are changing right now, how we do business. That you can swipe your phone over a TV right now when they had everybody buy a TV a few years ago. Now you can take your iPhone, swipe it, whoop, you can order something right now on TV. You don't need to have a credit card machine. You stick something in your iPhone, slide the credit card across there, money out of your bank in the mine right now. So what we dealing with now is not what we used to do. And so these Afro-American pastors and Afro-American churches sit back and did what their fathers did, and that system no longer work. Communication have changed. You don't travel to Mississippi by train no more. I leave this morning and be in Mississippi in an hour and be back home for dinner because I didn't have air. I didn't have jets back then, but now I have jets. So I used to have to ride all the way to Mississippi in a hot car with no windows down. Now we don't roll the windows down no more. Now we hit a button.
Right.
Technology have changed the way we do business. Technology, and we don't get aboard on technology, especially in the African-American community, and come out of this selfishness and come together as one. We're gonna be left behind.
What happened to love one another?
We do love one another. Me inside of me love outside me, and we have a small set of group who understand this. It's about the small segment of people that we come in contact with. We do love one another. We love the ones that we have interaction with. If you're not on the same page as me, we have nothing to do with one another. I love you from a distance.
So we cannot love you as we love ourselves.
I don't have to like nobody. I don't have to like everybody, but I'm commanded to love them. Love is different than like. Everybody don't like me, but they're commanded to love me.
Okay. What about the family man? Do we have any more family man? And these family men the youngsters are looking up to as role models. Do we have many role models now in the community?
We have role models, but most people don't care what happened in the community or nobody else. We live in a selfish generation. If a man got a house and the kids, he move way out, he go to work, he come back home, he hit a button, and he go take his own family on vacation. He take his own family and do things with his personal family. He no longer care about the boy don't have a father. Nobody really care no more. We're in a system now where, hey, you don't know when your job going in, you don't know when a new app gonna come out, gonna take your job, you don't know when the computer's gonna take over your job. People now are restless about their own right now. I want to make sure my kids and grandkids get to a point. And then you over here making babies and you knew you didn't have nothing coming when you made the baby. So you have a poverty mentality. Now I'm going to take it's hard to change a person with a poverty mentality.
That family structure then is
took man out the house back in the welfare days. You could remember they had a movie out. Last night them had a movie out, but the man got to leave. He can make a baby, but he got to leave. So that concept kept going. You got generations of people who live in the project. The great-grandmama live in apartment A, B. The mama live in apartment C, and the granddaughter live in apartment D. The mentality of welfare, you cannot change it all overnight. It's like the Willie Lynch law that you always bring up. You cannot change a mentality that you see nobody now really build when nothing else was. They build in virgin lands because they don't want to be contaminated with the old soil.
For those that don't know Willie Lynch's letter, 1712, Willie Lynch stated, he told slave owners, if you use this procedure on your slaves intensively for 1 year, you will have them under control perpetually. Well, that was 1712, and this is 2013, and he still have. Now, Willie Lynch may be gone.
It's the spirit.
But.
The mindset.
Okay.
The mindset of Willie Lynch.
Okay.
And just keep going on. Everybody else come over here free. They moving forward. We're the only people looking back. We have Afro-American Week. We're looking back. We have this week. When you see somebody come from another country, they put their sign up in the summertime and they let you know where they from, but they always moving forward. 2 people fought in Nigeria. They hate each other. They mutilate the women and mutilate the men. But when they get over there, all of them driving cabs. No fighting. Russia, they got different parts of Russia they've been fighting in for years. But when they get over here, all of them driving limo. When you get over here, all up and down the North Shore line, they don't fight when they get in the land of promise. We still fighting over something that they don't even know the history of our grandma or grandpa.
Dr. Martin Luther King, it's been 50 years since he made the Martin Luther King speech, but we find out it wasn't about I have a dream. That wasn't the whole gift, but someone grabbed that and running with it.
Everything is about money. They just had that big march in Washington. What did it do? It drew money and attention to something that was dead. If you told me, let's come to Washington and march on technology, you won't get nobody. They keep us stuck, a group of us back in the old days. They said them the good old days. Back then when segregation it was, we owned our own segment of life.
Yeah.
Now the Hispanics and Russians and everybody else, 150 nations come to Chicago every day. There's 150 nations in Chicago. All of them have their own district, the Polish district, the Arab district. Everybody got their own district. Then when you get over on the south side, they want to get rid of us because we have no growth in the mentality of technology and going forward. We all looking backwards of what happened. And not saying where God is at now. What is he doing now? What he's doing? These kids want to know what he's doing now. You keep telling me what he did do. What he doing now?
You mentioned getting rid of us. The housing, for example, Robert Taylor Homes.
Tore it down.
All right. Now they're going for hospitals, and this hospitals way out south now, they want to close it down,
Well, Robert Taylor Homes now just came over and say they got a big deal for it. They're not going to build what they said they're going to build. They're going to build high-rises for people with money. Well, everything can change.
Well, it's the same thing they saying in the city of North Chicago. Yeah. Rolling Green is going to be demolished, but they're going to come back with expensive...
Getting rid of the poor.
Yeah. The people that live there now will not be able to come back.
Close to water. Got to get rid of them. We're on the North Shore. Send them out to Round Lake. Send them somewhere.
Just get rid of them, huh?
Well, it's a class war.
What is going on?
It's a class war. The have and the have-nots. If you ain't mobile and moving forward, what good is you? Go to nursing home, they'll feed you once a week. Go anywhere. They put you somewhere, a holding tank. So what you really going to do? We're not in a holding tank. You and I are moving forward. We're talking about things happening right now.
Okay.
We're not talking about slaves. We're not talking about what chains to break the chain. We're talking about what's happening and what looked like in North Chicago, Walker, and Zion for the future.
But the only thing, I think we're going to have to do a TV show soon, because how many people up at 5 o'clock hearing this message?
Not many, but you and I can put this on. It's on the internet. It's on the internet. They go on the internet and pull it up. You know the channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Community Focus. We've been talking with Brother Willie Brooks, a community activist and an elder at Christian Faith Fellowship Church in the city of Zion, Illinois. We hope that you have enjoyed it and tune in next week. This has been Waddell Brooks Sr., your host. Thank you for listening.